Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
I got the mic on. I'm proud to be talking with Tamara Macy. Good morning, Tamara.
Good morning, John.
Tamara is one of the most positive people I have ever met. You and Rudy Gonzalez, I tell you what, the positivity was just, Rudy's fantastic shine. He's got a business.
Yeah.
You know him? It's just because...
For vocally, no.
Well, if you guys met, you would be like, okay, who can be the most positive? No. Hey, good morning. We're going to talk jobs this morning. Got the Sutter County One Stop represented and the Construction and Union Job Fair, which is happening on Wednesday, the 9th from 10 till 2, Boyd Hall, 10 to noon.
Yes.
I need some more coffee, I think.
I know. I love your gestures and your mannerisms. It's like, oh my gosh, you have all these expressive fingertips without a laser. Imagine if you had a pointer and a laser for everything we were talking about.
I'm trying to grab the words.
Like in a disco room.
I'm grabbing the words out of there. Let's talk how tough it is to get people a job these days when there's jobs everywhere. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you can't. My nephew just had an interview at Lowe's.
Okay,
so
go.
He said he's waiting. He'll know by the end of the week.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah, there's jobs. It's just a measure of, regretfully, our workforce right now, they're not looking for long term. Our clients are getting hired, or community, word on the street, getting hired, working 2 months, working for 1 month, collecting that paycheck, going and buying whatever it was their goal was, and then taking a month off, taking 4 months off, and returning. The quality of the positions is what we're having a hard time filling right now. Just positions that are more intense, the bookkeeping, and trying to find folks with experience with QuickBooks. But even the jobs that just, 4 times in the job description, you'll be managing household waste. Well, when people say, I'll take anything, okay, well, here's a job. It's paying you $16 an hour. It is going to icky. You're managing household waste. Well, I don't want to do that.
$16 an hour? Hello.
Right? And it's like, even the job description even said not moving more than 20 pounds. So, the worst part of your job is the odors. Well, we're all wearing masks anyway, so that's kind and already disguised.
That's true. And I discovered a new use for them. They clean glasses pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Right?
You mentioned bookkeeping. That's a sought-after profession now. 10 years ago, you couldn't get a job as a bookkeeper because they were all graduating from college with these accounting degrees, and they went out of bookkeeping because there wasn't a job. Well, if they're listening right now, this is an opportunity to put that degree to use.
Exactly. And there's just so many avenues. Some of the jobs require a driver's license and a clean driving record. Some ask for transportation, but that just means they want you to get to and from work. It's not asking what your transportation is. So you could have a Class C standard driver's license if you have a clean driving record. If you pedal yourself, bike yourself, walk yourself to the work site, you're driving a company truck. So people just, they put their own limits on what they can and can't do, and that's hurting them as well. So part of connecting with the One Stop, it's what can you do, not looking at what's missing. I've met with 3 candidates in the last week, and the first sentence to me, not knowing me from Adam, I know I can't get a job because I'm old. No, that's like nails on a chalkboard for me. I think she was over 50. That's not old. That is a workforce. That's a generation that knows work value and ethics and standards.
But do the people hire them? That's the question.
They do, because businesses want a person with work ethics and morals and standards that understand when we say no cell phone, that means put your cell phone in your locker, put it in your desk, put it in your purse, your whatever it is you transport, but not your back pocket, because that allows for distraction and that feeds everybody's nose cozy spirit. When you're on your break, your cell phone is all about you. But when you're on the job, it cannot be. But that's every generation right now. We've just become selfish. We've become entitled. Businesses want someone who's willing to learn the job, do the work, and show up for work and come back at lunchtime when the job gets tough. Don't quit. Come back after lunch, breathe it through, and continue to do your job.
Is this kind of a reaction to all the free money that was thrown at everybody with the unemployment and everything else, and kind of got a little bit? I don't want to get negative here.
No, right.
But how do we change that around?
Right.
Because requirements.
Yeah. And I think that might be a small margin, but I think we have been advancing to this level and mindset before COVID-19 struck our land pretty much.
This was just a camel.
But I think what it
straw that
is
broke the camel's
too,
back.
because businesses, the cost of having a business and having quality employee. So when your older generation is retiring, or when they are leaving the position for whatever reason, and they're being invited out of their job because the company is reducing their workforce. So now you've seen their children, possibly their grandchildren, see how mom, dad, grandma, grandpa got treated on the job after giving their life's blood. Why would I want that? I'm going to give you 15 years of my life and you're going to let me go anyway because now you can't afford me. So it's that mindset also, giving your heart and soul and then not having the company award you, reward you,
companies are learning.
Honor you.
Companies are learning that. And I think you know what? Like I said, I don't want to get negative because I want to turn this around.
Right.
This is an opportunity for somebody with good work ethics, transportation, whatever it is, just the basics, to really rise above.
Yes.
I mean, to get advancement. You get in, you get your foot in at like one of these construction jobs.
Yes.
You get in now, you learn your trade, you get up there, and you're going to advance quicker, and you're going to make more money, more benefits, and that's the whole thing of, it's like buying stock. You buy low, you sell high.
Yeah.
Well, now is the time to buy low because they're going to sell high soon.
Right.
And this is an opportunity. Tell me about this construction and union job fair.
So the Construction Union Job Fair, it's one of our first job fairs this season, this year. It's a series of events. And so February 9th, next Wednesday, is our construction. And we're going to be having it at Boyd Hall, which is across the street from Sutter County One Stop. It is focusing on the construction workforce, the union workforce, laborers, landscapers, those that have the physical ability and mobility to be able to perform in these jobs. And so parts of the companies that will be there, I have my little list here. NorCal Carpenters, the Iron Workers, Local 118. And then we've got the Construction and General Laborers, Local Union 185.
Hey, we've all seen Sopranos.
Right?
No, I'm joking.
You're not swimming with the fishies, though. The Dependable Handyman Services, CTU Precast.
Okay.
And then the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. And then VSS International. And so with this, so far we have about 26 job seekers signed up to attend, but we really hope to fill this room. So we do honor the mask requirement just to keep everyone germ-free pretty much of everything. But if you are interested, call 822-5120. That's the Sutter One Stop office, and we can get you started to attend. And we encourage you, even though it's labor positions, but still come clean cut, come presentable, come ready to have a conversation about your value and your talent.
Don't show up with your working togs. What I mean is, don't show up with your Levi's that have been stained with concrete and stuff like that and think, oh, this shows that I'm ready to go. No, they actually want you to dress up.
Right. Have that pair of jeans in your trunk. You're ready to get
because you're ready
hired.
to go.
But definitely coming, and jeans are good, but a dark wash jean.
Yeah.
Come with a nice shoe, not a scuffed shoe or a tennis shoe that's, been beaten to death. But again, if that's your attire, because we know budgets are tight, come exactly as you are, but comb your hair and brush your teeth.
Pursuit of Happiness is a great example with Will Smith. Wow, how he did all that, and and he stuck to it, and he got that job and that career, didn't he?
Exactly. So this event is going to begin the process of us having our job fairs. We are going to have a major job fair in May, and that's going to be at the Veterans Hall. But we also have one coming up in March. It's going to focus on clerical and administrative support, because what we're finding is when we try to make these job fairs very industry specific. We're going to get businesses that are not going to be dismayed that they have to have a competition with 3 other workforce industries. It's solely their sole industry, and that's what they're hoping to fulfill in the jobs that they have available.
If I could, what kind of, I know this is just one aspect, what kind of pay does somebody get these days in construction?
In construction?
Yeah.
So the
Just
prevailing
typical.
wage, right? The prevailing wage is 35 plus.
What?
But and then that's your union, that's your big name business.
Okay, you're getting, they have to pay union dues and things like that.
And some that when I'm speaking to businesses and they have welder opportunities, they're willing to start at $20 an hour if the candidate has their own tools. And so that is even possibly newly certified as long as they have some of their own personal experience welding in their garage on the side while getting certified so that they have that talent.
And Yuba College has a great welding
they
program.
really
I mean,
do.
literally world-class program
They
there.
do. Mm-hmm.
It's more than just laying down a bead. You have to know what to, have to put power to those sticks.
Right.
So I've done that before myself, but not kind of the kind of experience that is needed for something like this. This is why it's so important to go back to school, because things change. I've been watching on Feather River Boulevard, you know, that big apartment complex, that's being put in for the low-income people?
Yes.
Behind the Cloverleaf there.
Yes.
We're talking 7, 8, 10 big buildings, apartment buildings, and it's just amazing to me how fast those things have gone up.
Right.
What I'm getting at, they're doing construction techniques that I have not seen before, and these things change, and that's why it's important to stay up on top of this.
Exactly. And that's just not the construction field. That's your office. That's your technology.
Yeah.
Learning how to upload a document, not being afraid of it, just learning how, master it, practice.
Wow. So, how soon would they get a job? I mean, they might go to work like that week. It depends upon the needs of the employer,
Right.
which the employers, they're chomping at the bit for good employees.
They really are. So some of them, these job fairs that we've had, the last one that we had, that was in the fall. 3 to 4 different employers responded back to us when we asked, how did it go? Did you find quality in the candidates? And all of them hired. They met the candidates, brought them back to their offices, and hired them within those 2 impressions. So the first one, that first impression when they approached the employer, the business table, having that conversation, being invited back to the office, and then arrive for that appointment. So if they give you an application and they say, okay, this event stops at noon, come back to my office at 2 o'clock, let's have a conversation, and you don't go, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah. So I got to ask you about some of the other things that keep people from getting jobs. In California, laws have changed. Talking PP tests, I have to urine test for drugs. Do they still do it? And do they have to make allowances because it's California?
No, they do not have to make allowances. Some do. They will have that conversation with you. So it's so funny. My clients have so many nicknames for their urinalysis, and it just
Operation
makes me laugh.
Golden Flow.
Right. Oh, that's a good one. I'm going to write that one down. And they're just, I probably shouldn't say that out loud. I'm like, no, it's all good. It just makes me giggle for a minute.
We all do that.
So the urine test, they are looking still again for your deeper narcotics.
Yeah.
But for candidates that are on medicines, just have that medication with you. So when they ask for the urine and if it shows, then you're ready with this is the purpose. Not to go personally with what the purpose of the medication is, but sometimes it's just to keep people balanced. Sometimes it's a measure of just being aware.
Some of these medications are given, opiate pain medications will show up as heroin.
Right. So you just have to be ready. And again, not to go personal, but just to be able to offer, this is what I take for me to manage my day, but I know the job requirements and it's not going to put you at risk and I'm not going to put myself at risk. I can do this job. And the second element, medicinal marijuana, it's big. Businesses do not have to hire if you're using, because you're still putting your team at risk. If you're operating machinery, if you are answering the phones, if you're having an engagement and conversation.
So it doesn't change
you can't be
from their perspective.
Under the influence.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
But you wouldn't show up on your job drunk. It's the same concept.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the resumes if we could, because you say bring copies of your resume, but what if your resume is kind of, lacking or doesn't highlight the best things, is this an opportunity for One Stop to help out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So with the Sutter One Stop, we have a resource room and we have staff there. So if you're needing to update your resume, if you don't have a resume, right now I'm working with a gentleman and he's been out of the workforce for 16 years, but he's been doing side jobs. He's built his own client base. And when I'm asking how many people in community do you believe you respond to when they have a need, he said over 100. That is exactly what we put on the resume, whether or not it's cash or payroll, but you are providing a service. You're building a client base, and it's word of mouth that's getting him more customers. Putting that in a resume, calling yourself an independent contractor, independent volunteer, and show what those responsibilities are. Walking into a building with a handwritten resume is not a good show, not in the 21st century. And we have staff. We show you the resume program. You type what you can. I encourage my candidates, don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about word placement. You just get in there that information that you need, and we will polish it. We'll help you.
Okay.
What isn't a good idea is having us write the resume for you. We use words you have no idea what they mean. I do resume workshops on Tuesdays, and a woman came, and when she was offering information and when I was reading her resume, and I'm just like, okay, so this is pretty cool. What is this? She's like, I don't know, someone else at another location helped me build this. Okay, so this is what it means. How would you say that?
Be familiar with
making it be their words, right? Because the business is going to say, "Here's your resume. Great, you do this and this and this, and I do not want my client stuck. Deer headlights. I don't know. Tamara, One Stop. Let me
Tamara.
call her.
How tough is it to get a government job? Because they just had a job fair at Beale Air Force Base for federal employees, and that would be a wonderful job to have.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of like caljobs.ca.gov. Is that a good place to like get your start to if you like a state job?
Okay, so what CalJobs is, it is through the Employment Development Department and the state of California, and it satisfies those who are looking for work, every county, every city, every private business. For jobs with the state of California, that website is jobs.ca.gov. So jobs.ca.gov, that's the state of California. Those opportunities, you would create a profile, of course, your username, your ID, your password. You can job search by county, and so there's a geographical search at that website. Job search by county, find the job you want. The state of California also has open exams. With the beauty of today's society, those open exams can now be online. You used to have to schedule a date, Chico, Sacramento, Sonoma County, to complete those open exam tests to be eligible for the different departments. And now you can assign yourself doing it online, having a great computer system to be able to see all of the boxes, uploading your information with ease. Again, Sutter One Stop, our staff is here. We have this knowledge. We're a resource. 822-5120.
822-5120, and if you would like to talk to somebody, push 0 when
Yeah.
you get there.
Yeah.
I want to ask you how California, I don't know if you got an idea, how California is shaping up with the rest of the country, because we're all hearing these stories about people exiting California, the mass exodus, how there's no moving trucks available. They're going to Texas. Are we competitive with the wages with the other states, and are they going to be looking at that?
I think competitive wage-wise, yes, we probably have a higher dollar value. Yeah. I believe it's more so a person's mindset with the government policies and principles for each state, which is drawing them to move. So it's not so much wages, it's affordability
and other
for
social
housing.
issues,
Right.
which we're not going to get into.
Right.
Sutter County One Stop Construction and Union Job Fair. It's happening next Wednesday from 10 until noon. I said 10 till 2. It's 10 till noon.
10 till noon.
Yeah, at Boyd Hall,
Yes.
which is on Klamath Lane. Where is that? I don't know why I got this block in my
I
mind.
know, right? Stuck. Okay, so Rain Tree Car Wash, Yuba City, that's on Sierra. When you
over by the old
drive-
Walmart.
Yes. So
Okay.
when you drive to the end of Sierra, that becomes Klamath Lane. Hang a hard left. You have two choices. Right is Tile City. Left is the continuation of Sutter County Adult Education, Sutter County Superintendent of Schools, Boyd Hall. So Boyd Hall is on the corner of Klamath and Lassen. Sutter County One Stop is also on the corner of Klamath and Lassen, and we are on the opposite street corner. So we are in the business parkway. It's just kind of, my kids had a book forever ago, Rosie's Walk, and she went over the fence and through the yard, across the barn, through the barn stalls, and then over the hay, tiptoeing across the pig's back, and there you have the farmer's house. So that's kind of Sutter One Stop, over the river, through the hills.
Two shakes of a lamb's tail.
Yeah. Or as a crow flies.
As the crow
right?
flies.
So the number again, 822-5120, and just call us, get connected. If the construction job fair isn't your bag, let the administration clerical fair event be your interest, or let the May job fair
And all
be
this
your
information is available at SutterOneStop.com. I
Yes.
love the tagline you put here. And we'll end it with this.
interest. Okay.
Your future begins here. Thank you, Tamara.
John, thank you so much for having me here.
Have a wonderful day. You've brightened everybody's day.
Thank you,
This
sir.
community interview is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw & Associates. For over 65 years, Shaw & Associates has been your trusted local expert for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.